Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, man, I gotta admit, that's pretty cool. I can see why so many kids are trading this reality for this one. I mean, this is like screen time on steroids, which is kind of the issue.
Right? These devices were not designed for kids in mind.
Gerard Kelly with Common Sense Media wants parents to realize the very real risks in a virtual world. For starters, privacy.
I think a lot of folks don't realize that when you put on these VR headsets, it's collecting basically 100 data points a second.
Kelly says all that data can be used to enhance the VR experience or to track users, things like eye movements, info that can ultimately be sold to marketers, making your kid the product. Another concern, a lack of built-in privacy controls. And since they're on a headset, it's harder for mom and dad to keep tabs. Also, the virtual world is so real, several studies suggest prolonged exposure can cause some harm for developing brains, still trying to make sense of the real world.
As children's brains are developing, what they perceive in these virtual environments can be perceived as actually happening in real life.
Now, Kelly reminds parents that many of these devices have minimum age limits, often 13. So he recommends you get to know any privacy controls and use them. Be present when your kids are going virtual. Monitor the amount of time they spend online and have conversations with them about their experience. Despite the risks, Kelly says this technology is incredibly powerful with tremendous potential. The virtual world doesn't have to be a bad one.
But there's still a lot of beneficial uses for these technologies, and we want to make sure that these technologies continue to grow and be adopted and have privacy built in from the start.
Boy, and if you haven't tried one of those VR headsets, they really are something else. The reality is part of what makes them attractive and also what makes them a little bit tricky. But again, like we talked about in the story, they have great power and potential and also some responsibility for parents. We'll post the full story on our website later today. You can find it at WFAA.com.